first off, they're calling these emergency talks. Then why did they happen 3 weeks ago? I mean, this was an emergency a long time ago. We waited so long. They could have even occurred before the war because we could see it coming. We knew there were problems. Those troops are amassing since April last year. But you don't wait until a country's rubble and you have 4 million refugees, out, around who, it's a sad state of affairs. I don't know. The thing about the Russians, we tend to rule things out. They don't rule things out. That's their thing. But I don't have confidence in Joe. I don't think he has an original thought. He's good at saying good job to other people in the room, but he can't just say, come on, man, to Putin when he's not even there or he doesn't take your calls. So I think the one thing he's got to say, this is where my expertise comes in, stick to one essential truth. The invasion was a clear violation of international law. Don't start talking about protecting liberal democracies because places like China and Russia, they don't draw that line.
That was Greg Gutfeld there questioning why emergency talks are only taking place now and not 3 weeks ago. As Joe Biden arrives in Europe, all eyes on how the US president performs on the world stage. It's no secret his approach to foreign enemies and strength has been questioned in the past, with tensions continuing to escalate between Russia and Ukraine. It's vital Western leaders step up their game to put pressure on Vladimir Putin. Greg Gutfeld even argued these emergency talks could have taken place before Russia invaded because we knew it was coming. He says he doesn't have confidence in Joe Biden and that he doesn't think the president has an original thought, and advised him to stick to one essential truth while addressing leaders, and that is that Russia's invasion was a clear violation of international law. President Joe Biden has touched down in Brussels in what will be an incredibly busy day of high-stakes emergency discussions. He will meet for an emergency summit with NATO, the G7 and the European Council to discuss Russia's war with Ukraine. It's been reported Joe Biden and European leaders will decide on new sanctions to impose on Russia, which will target hundreds of lawmakers and Russian elites. Members will also focus on responding to Russian aggression, as well as limiting Europe's reliance on Russian energy. NATO Secretary General announced a doubling of troops deployed to Eastern Europe in case of a Russian attack on a member state. Poland has suggested a NATO peacekeeping force to be sent to Ukraine, an idea Russia's foreign minister says would likely lead to a confrontation between Russia and NATO, while the spectre of a possible nuclear attack looms large.
How does NATO defend itself against a nuclear attack? Thank you.
Russia must stop its nuclear saber rattling. This is dangerous and it is irresponsible.
The United States earlier officially declared Russian forces have carried out war crimes in Ukraine, citing attacks on hospitals, schools and heavily populated areas.
As with any alleged crime, ultimately it will be for a court of law to determine individual criminal responsibility, who is directly responsible for these particular cases. The U.S. government will continue to track reports coming out of Ukraine of war crimes, and we will share this information with our friends and allies and with international and multilateral institutions.